how can you reinvent your business model? How can you do things differently? They say the most critical thing for people who are running businesses are actually how decisions are being done inside your business. On what to focus, when to focus, how to focus, and why you are focusing on that. How can you think about decision making in your business in a different way? So what they said very interesting. For you to do that, you need to actually have a framework. You need to have a method for you to follow to do decisions making. And it's focusing on just these simple questions that you already know. But how can we understand what is the risk of each question and what are the strategies and tools that we can use to solve it? So they said something like this. They said the first question, what mix of product and service should you offer? I'm offering my services and product. What is the right way to do that? The risk that they have here is uncertain demand. I can say, okay, well, it looks like Dubai is really good. I'm gonna be offering these products to the market, and after that get the products here, and after that discover that the demand changed next month, and now I have all these products and I can't sell them. So uncertainty of demand is the highest thing that's gonna affect you. How can we deal with it? What are the strategies here? So the strategies options is 3 we have. The first thing is focus on narrow, on niche market. Second thing, search for common things between your products, between your services. The third thing is creating a hedge portfolio. Let me start with the first question. Should we sell diapers online? What do you think about that? Let me give you some facts, and after that we can decide. The first thing, they are bulky and expensive to ship. So imagine you are shipping diapers. They are very expensive to ship. Huge. Second, demand is highly predictable. Third, they have low profit margin. How much are you actually going to make on diapers? Like if you go sell them in the supermarket or ship them to a customer. Everyone can buy them from any supermarket, so it's not like you are selling something special. Like anyone can go to any supermarket and get them at the same price approximately. Product variety is limited. There are not so many brands. There are 4 or 5 brands, main brands, and diapers comes in just a few sizes. What do you think? Should we go? See, it's a decision making. Should we go and sell diapers online or not? What do you think?
Yes.
How many people will say yes? How many people will say no? Okay, so people, they have their reasons. But if you look at the right opportunity, this is what we can see. See, spotting opportunities. If we say it's a very focused niche market, look, the demand is highly predictable. So maybe for 2 years they are going to use diapers every day. It's very easy. You know how many diapers they are going to use a week. So that if you get a customer for 2 years, they are buying diapers from you. Then you look at product variety limited. If they are going to get a brand, they are going to get it every time. They are not going to change their mind. And at the same time, they the sizes. They are just going to decide the size. So it's a very easy sale once I get the customer. And this is actually what they did. Diapers.com. They created a website to sell diapers, and they made millions just selling diapers. After that, Amazon went and bought them. Very interesting. Just by focusing on a niche market, by focusing on something very specific, and understand, number one is the demand. If the demand is certain, we are going to always have customers. It's very easy, because we know we are going to always have customers. But what is the risk here? You need to create unique value, or anyone can sell diapers online tomorrow. So you need to really understand, once you get into it, you need to capture that value, capture the customers. So someone else tomorrow will not create diapers.com and sell it cheaper, so they will take your customers away from you. Second thing, how can we go and focus on creating common elements? When they are manufacturing cars, Volkswagen, what they did, they said the way for us to be able to meet the demand of the market is to use common parts in the design of our cars, so that way we can design whatever car to the market we need, but the parts inside the car are common, so that way we can respond quicker to the demand in the market. The same thing they do in Amazon, right? They use the same platform they created to sell books for them to sell music and games. So how can you look at processes you have inside your business to do something, and after that look at different market and use the same processes, the same solutions to focus on that market? You don't need to create something new. Finally, looking at multiple platforms. For you as an airline, You make your money usually from what? From the passengers who are on your flight. Usually you make 5 to 10% out of the, the shipping services that you provide. But for LAN airline, what they decided to do, they said, no, for us, we are going to focus on doing multiple platform. So we are going to focus on shipping and focus on passengers. So in that way, what will happen? We are hedging. In case we don't have so much passengers, we have a lot of shipments, and most of our flights are overnight, so we can do all this shipping, things overnight. And if we have a lot of passengers and we don't have so much shipping, we can do it. So in that way, they were able to accommodate more passengers, fly to very nice locations that other airlines they can't, and they are profitable. Understanding how you make these decisions will affect your business. So this is the first question. Second question. When should you make your key decisions? It's about when. Always the timing is important. Look at the risk-taking decision early. You look at certain market and you say, okay, we are going to do the decision now. And when you make the decision, it's really harder to change it later. Think about pricing your product. You go to the market, look at UAE, you do your study, then you say, what we are priced, this is the price. It's 1,000, 2,000. This is our price. Then you look at the market, you say, oh no, this is very expensive. Now I need to lower it. Now I need to make it higher. How can you actually respond to the market? This is where we go and look at strategies. Trying to understand how can I postpone the decision of pricing my product. Look at the airline. Airline, the price of the ticket will change all the time for the same seat. Why? Because they look at the demand and supply and they price it based on that. Hotels, they do the same thing. How can you postpone that price? Well, when you say, yeah, how can I apply that to my business if I'm giving a code to a customer? Well, use your CRM. When customer is contacting you, before you give them a price, because you don't have a standard price that you do upfront, you go look at the CRM. You say, is this a profitable customer? How many transactions they did last time? What they did, and after that you decide, should you give them a lower price or higher price based on the profile of the customer, based on the demand that you have, based on all these other factors, before you just give them a really normal price that you give them upfront. Then changing the order of the decision. Most of us, what we say, here's our product, you take my product, and after that you need to pay me the money. Why don't I do it differently? So many research companies, they said, now we are not going to actually send you the solution. We are going to come to you, work with you, solve your problem, and after that, after we solve it, you will buy the solution from us. So changing the time when they will say yes or no is not before they buy, it's after you understand the problem and provide them the solution they will decide. And finally, splitting the key decisions. Before we say, we are going to go to Dubai and open an electronic store. That's it. No, that's very hard. You do it in one time, in one day. No. Now what they say, let's split the decision. Let's go and open electronic store and gift item and something else and something else. And now we are splitting that decision. We look at the market, the response from the market, then we see whatever is working, we can focus on it. Maybe it's gift items. So we shut down the electronic, focus on gift items, and now we open a gift stores. Understanding that I can split that decision, take it over time to decide what exactly I want to do, which business I want to be in. So that's the win. What about who are the best decision makers? If inside your organization, if inside the organization of your client, you don't understand who are the decision makers, sometimes the decision will be done by someone else, by the wrong person. So what is the issue here? The wrong person maybe will make that decision, and after that you will lose. What are the strategies for us to look at that? We need to appoint a better informed decision maker. Currently, restaurants, they say we are going to open our books and share the information about our financial situation with our employees, so they will help us in cutting costs, so we'll be more profitable, they will share part of the profit. Walmart, they give the stores the chances to arrange everything inside Walmart, so that way what will happen? They understand the market better, they understand where they should put the product. Not the headquarter will say where everything should be. So give people the ability to make decisions if they have more information. And understand, should I really make all the decisions or should I give it to someone else? Amazon, they actually send millions of books, but they don't provide these books. they partner with all these, sellers, and the sellers are doing that. Sellers are collecting the information, sellers are shipping, so that way I can be able to outsource these decisions to other parties, and they will be able to help me in doing my business. And finally, I can select the decision maker with the most to gain. How can I do that when I'm looking at my clients and when I'm trying to understand how can I sell my services to my client? I want to understand if I'm saying to you, buy my solution, my consulting services, it will increase your business 10%, 20%, 100%. And you are saying, oh, I'm not sure because you are going to gain, but I'm promising you that, why don't I do the opposite? If I am selling you a solution for your farm, and this is one of the organizations did, I'm selling a solution for your farm that will increase the production of your farm 200%. I will give you the solution for free, but I will take percentage of your production profit. So I'm assuring you, you are going to have increase, and I'm guaranteed to get some of your production. So it's a different way of selling your product to the market. But the main critical thing, it should be guaranteed. If your product is not going to do that, you are going to give your product for free, and at the end you are not going to get anything. So it should be guaranteed. So these are the really interesting decisions that we can look at here. Any questions?